Yo, what's up, YouTube? Coach Pierre, Pierre's Performance. I got some plyometric gains in store for you guys today, all the way from my beginner level plyometric exercises to my elite level, explosive, dynamic, game-changing, show-stopping plyometric exercise. I can't wait for you guys to see it today. Before I get to them, what I need you to do right now is like, subscribe, and comment, and go press that notification button even before you see it, because you know it's gonna be a hot fire. So let's, go! All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you numerous exercises throughout the duration of this video that are gonna be very explosive and they're gonna help you right away improve your athletic performance. But we're gonna start off with the basics. Drill number one is gonna be a single leg hip hinge sprinter knee drive. This is our foundational exercise that we teach all of our athletes to really lock in to those small intrinsic muscles of your feet to work the balance and stability. So we're gonna start off in a single leg stance with one leg brought up at 9 degrees perpendicular. Okay? That knee is perpendicular with the hip. I want you to lock and load and cock that foot, opposite arm, opposite leg. Then you're gonna hinge over at the hips. Keep that back leg straight. Now you're gonna get a lot of balance, and those small intrinsic muscles of your feet are really gonna have to work now. Then you're gonna come back up. Start nice and slow. If you feel that you're going to be off balance, don't fight it. Just slow it down and hold maybe an isometric position so you can start to learn the patterning of what we were looking for. Chest slightly over the knees and toes, and we're trying to focus on absorbing as I go down into that eccentric quality, loading now into that back glute, and then exploding back out. You're really gonna feel this in that back chain, in that hamstring, in that glute area. And as I get better, I start to play with the movement and work a little bit faster. This is our single leg hip hinge, and you wanna knock out at least 20 of these. Give it a shot. This exercise is called a single leg sprinter knee drive snap down. It works on force absorption, really working on those deceleration qualities. Now, it's a very challenging exercise, so take it slow. Now, what you're gonna notice in this exercise is I'm gonna get a little bit of a hover off the ground. And I'm gonna start in my top position, and I'm going to just snap down. Come back up, and the better I get at it, and the more comfortable I get, I'm gonna snap down a little bit harder and be able to hold that isometric pause in the bottom. Now, I also don't wanna see the knee cave in, because that means that we just have to work on that stability and that foot complex a little bit more. Try to get that chest over the knees and toes and keep a good upright posture as we snap down into it. This exercise is called a single leg hip hinge sprinter knee drive to single leg jump. Now, I absolutely love this exercise because it works on absorbing, loading, and then exploding. It also works on triple extension through the ankle, knee, and hip. This is a core fundamental movement that we always work on before we get into our elite level explosive plyometric exercises. And it also works on rate of force development. Now, I'm not looking about how high you get. I'm actually focusing on how great of a landing and how you can absorb force and then be able to produce force and explode back out of it with good form and technique. So after you've learned the proper form and biomechanics. So the first two exercises, this is going to be your drill. So I'm gonna set up into my sprinter knee drive. From here, I'm gonna show you nice and slow. I'm gonna go into my absorption, then I'm gonna load into this back hip and then explode out of it and then come back down. But I'm gonna do it all in one continuous motion, just constantly going in a nice flow pattern. Let me show you how it's done. Notice how I really pull my hips through. I try to drive that knee to the ceiling, and I'm just continuously absorbing, loading, and exploding. Try to keep my chest up, good coordination through my arms, working on my balance and stability. This next exercise, we're gonna utilize a plyometric box. Now, it doesn't have to be very high. I actually like to have it around knee level. Now, it can be a little bit lower, it can be a little bit higher, depending on your skill level. We're still gonna be in our single leg sprinters hip hinge with a knee drive, but this time, we're gonna explode up from the postured leg onto the box, basically doing a single leg sprinter knee drive to a single leg box jump. Now, why we're doing it this way is because we really want to utilize some of that absorption in the back chain to be able to explode with our hips onto the box. Let me show you how it's done. We also are going to work on some balance and some stability, but you have to be able to pick up your knee and land very quickly onto the box. Notice also that I use my arms in a proper sequence in coordination as I jump. So when I land, it's opposite arm to opposite leg. And as I get better, I can jump a little bit higher and start to pull that knee a little bit higher towards my chest. Single leg, box knee drive, let's go. So this exercise just works off the last one. It's versus the exact same thing in that single leg sprinted knee drive, the single leg jump. But this time, we're now going to take that back leg and that hip flexor, really drive that knee up. So we're landing and finishing in an upright sprinter posture position. Now, what I want you to focus on is really having a lot of aggression and intent as you slam that postured leg down into the box and fire that back hip as high as you can and really pull those hips through. Let me show you how it's done. You notice how I'm also working on some balance, but coordination, timing, and rhythm. So you can hear that box and that sound as I jam it down into the box. We're being aggressive with those arms on the way up. There you have it. All right, guys, so here's the final exercise. It's a challenging one. It's a split stance, jump, quick switch, sprinter knee drive. Now, we're still focusing a lot on our single leg on that front side, but you're gonna have to put the back leg down just slightly because you wanna jump off 2 feet here. So you have enough force and power into the ground to kind of float a little into the air to make that switch. Now, this works on motor firing, rhythmic patterns, coordination, but at the same time, a lot of athleticism and body control. So if you can do this, guys, kudos to you. Let me show you how I do it. So I'm starting off that split stance position, a lot more emphasis on this front leg. You can have both hands beside you. I'm gonna explode up, switch my legs, land on the box. Sit right there. Boom. And as I get better, more force and aggression into the ground. Boom. So you can see that back leg having to really pull through and be very explosive on that quick switch in midair. So I'm here, quick switch, boom, explode up. Hey, flow, switch. Now watch, I'm gonna be up here for about 5 minutes now. I'm gonna be in the split stance sprinter position. I'm gonna jump, flow, quick switch, land under control. Flow, quick switch. There you have it. All right, guys, so there you have it. I showed you guys my basic exercises, our foundational exercises that we utilize right here at my gym in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We're from our youth, high school, college, even my pro athletes will work on that before they start to get to some of those elite ones, because you need the balance, you need the stability, you need the coordination, but at the same time, you need to break down the biomechanics, form a technique before you can start to get into some of those elite level explosive plyometric jumps. So if you guys like this video and want to see more videos like that, let me know in the comment section below. Go press that notification button so each and every week you guys can be notified when these amazing videos come out. I'll see you guys next time. Let's go.